First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth and sincerity by Shem Rokak Wadash. That was the a little video that I took when I went to the grocery store today. And that wasn't the only aisle that was empty. There was some other aisles in the store that were empty. And I know brothers have done videos on this, but when I went to the store and I saw it from my own eyes, it was quite amazing. I was surprised to see how many products are missing from off the shelves. I have never seen this before in my life. Okay, but like we always say here, prophecy will and is coming to pass. And it's prophecy that there's going to be a famine. There's going to be a lack of bread. Okay, and we see it. We see the economy here in America is spiraling out of control, and we see inflation. Definitely, look at the rent. The rent's going up. Gas and just everyday products that were once just a few dollars are starting to go up. Because ultimately that's how these devils want to rule. Okay, they want to rule by by an unjust balance. And ultimately, Yahweh Bashim Shai is in control. Okay, he works on the minds of the kings. So this is all for the furtherance of prophecy. Okay, the Most High built up Pharaoh only to destroy him. So the things that they're doing is only precipitating their destruction, their downfall of their own kingdom. As they believe they're going to rule with an iron fist and subjugate the world through famine and chaos and pestilence and that charagma. Ultimately, Yahweh Bashim Yashai is going to intervene, and he's going to protect, his elect. Okay, Lord willing, we be part of that number. But it's very spiritual. It's very spiritual to go to. I even went to Target too the other day. I went to Target too, and there was a lot of food that was kind of missing on the shelves. It was very scarce. You know what I mean? So the Lord is coming. The Lord is coming. Prophecies are being played out. And you don't really, I guess you don't really, how do I say? It doesn't really hit you till you really see it with your own eyes, like up front, you see? And that's the thing, we, best believe that these words are faithful and true. Okay, so let's start here. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 6:22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Okay. Yeah, the sown places. And there's been talks, over the past few years about basically farm workers, farmers who basically they don't want to use GMO seeds. The government wants them to plant food, okay, that is, basically GMO seeds, and they won't do it. And they're being, the competition is outdoing them, because they want to be organic. They want to be, sell good crops. But, here come Esau with the GMO seeds, and other farmers are selling out because it's too much competition going against big farmers with the GMO. So the little independent mom and pop shops are farmers are being uh, they're closing down. Esau buying up farmland. So the sown places are appearing unsown. Got a lot of truckers that are out of work. You got a lot of cargo ships on the coast of California. They won't bring in goods. A lot of goods are not making it to the mainland. To the shores of Babylon. Okay, because ultimately they're trying to starve Jake out. They're trying to make it very costly. Okay, for Jakes to live, because that's how this devil rules. Okay, by sieging the inhabitants of the earth. Okay, showing you that they have the power. Okay, because it's just not it's not a coincidence that the pandemic and people out of work, you know um people not wanting to go back because to work because they're getting checks, child tax credit, and getting paid for having the Rona, so on and so forth. It's not a coincidence that all this is ultimately working for the demise of the American people and the subjugation of them. Okay, and they're growing in power because they control all things. They control agriculture. They control what comes in and what comes out. They control education. They control the job sites. Okay, they control the companies. With all these mandates of who can and cannot work, and all these different things. They're playing the agenda both on the left and the right. Okay, if you will. Republican, Democrat. All this, whatever opinion you have. It's basically these devils have their hand in it. You see, but the scriptures say that the storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Okay, and that's what we're finding. Behind the store, there's a bunch of food stored. These modern day storehouses, these warehouses of food, these WalMarts. Okay, your local Targets and Fry's, and whatever the name of the grocery store, they're being found empty. Okay, and I thought it was very spiritual. This is let's get Second Ezra 16 and 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows. Let me start at 17. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? And this was Esdras, saying, woe is me. We know that word, just woe means destruction. So he was, in that woe is me spirit. Who would deliver me in those days? And that's a question that at times you may pose. Esdras posed it. When you see these things, you're just like, wow, like, man, where's all these products at? And when these products do come back, that you find that they're a little bit more expensive than they once were. Okay, it says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. So this is the beginning. Okay, this is the beginning. Okay, we're seeing the signs. These are the signs that something terribly is off. But Jake in a whole nother mind frame. Jake, he's his mind is in this life, right? It says the beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear, right? That there's war brewing, okay, in Ukraine, okay, with Russia and the US, being opposing forces, okay, and Ukraine in the middle, It says, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? And that was the spirit that Ezra was in. I was in awe, to say the least, of what I saw. But these are the beginning of evils. These are the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. Okay, this is just the beginning. It's definitely going to turn up, if you will. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Okay, so all these things that you see, the famine, the plague, that the C-19 pandemic, okay, tribulation and the anguish that people are going through because they uh you know they have to wear a face covering. They have to get juiced. They have to test every week and all these mandates, and you can't go to this place or that place because you have to have your proof that you've been juiced. All this is anguish. All this is tribulation, but these are scourges. And Jake think that this is life, but ultimately this is the Lord's way of waking people up, and letting you see how terrible the judgment of the Lord is. And not only that, but there's a lot of snow in the Midwest, I want to say, or in the South. It's very cold. There's snowing in Saudi Arabia, and just all these manners of um of cataclysmic events, in different places of the world. You know, let's see. Um, right, cold fronts. Okay, in some parts of Greece. You know, shoot. And all these are scourges for amendment. All these things are happening because these are signs. These are what do you call them? Birth pains. Okay. So it says, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And that's the thing. Jake, they're not going to turn for their wickedness. They see all these things going on, and a lot of Jake just want to, stay in the mirth mind state, but right now is more than ever. It's a time to really stay focused, because the judgment, okay, that is coming at the end of days is very nigh. And people are not always mindful of the scourges. People forget. They get caught up in their work. They get caught up in their day-to-day lives. They get caught up in the things of this world to remember that these are warning signs. These are knockings at the door. These are the last minutes in this that we have to ultimately repent day to day, okay, and completely get ourselves together, completely prepare. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And no doubt there is still a lot of cheap things out there, but ultimately that dollar is going to drop. And in the midst of that, there's still going to be things that are affordable, but to the point where people think they're going to be in a good case. It says, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And that's what's growing. It's growing day by day. Okay, there's more judgments with the sword, every day. You hear of some type of shooting. There was a guy, I saw it on social media. It went viral. This dude basically, he shot through his car. He shot through his front windshield. There's a lot of sword. There's a lot of judgment. Just here alone in my city, the shootings have increased. Right? It says famine and great confusion. Right? There's a lot of confusion in the world. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of people of two opinions. And ultimately, a lot of people know that something's going on. They know the Most High, okay, is approaching. Okay, because Jake has an inclination, right? But at the same time, they're still very confused on what to follow, what to believe, who has the truth. You see, it says, uh, "For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine." Okay, many. You see, many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. There's going to be lack of bread. There's going to be lack of water. Okay, these are the things that the Lord is going to punish the inhabitants of the world. Okay, who ultimately weren't uh destined for salvation. They weren't chosen to be saved. They were basically of the wicked. You see, it says, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Shall the sword destroy. So if you don't die of famine, you're gonna die of the sword. Okay, and that could be anything. That could be, you know, um, many different ways to die by the sword, man. A shooting, stabbing, a brutal beatings, by police or just whatever. Okay, it says, and the dead shall be cast out as dung. You see, there's going to be uh, dead people on the earth, like dung, which is shit. And there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. The earth is going to be wasted. You see, and the city shall be cast down, right? And there's a lot of boarded up malls and stores, and a lot of business are going out, you know, out of business. Well, there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. Okay, so there's not going to be men to go out there and to till the earth and to sow seed, and you're seeing that. You're seeing that. Crops are not yielding what they used to yield because nobody's driving it anywhere. Truckers are going on strike, and this is affecting different parts of America. So make no mistake, it's happening. Just because you don't see it, so called in your backyard, doesn't mean it's happening somewhere else. You have to pay attention to the news. All this is going on. You see, it says the tree shall give her fruit, and who shall gather them? Right. The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. Okay, and ultimately, there's coming a great persecution. People are gonna run to the hills because you're this devil's gonna come down having great wrath. The time of Jacob's trouble. There's people gonna stop working, economy is gonna crash. There's going to be no food. The whole engine of America, if you will, is going to come to a halt. Okay, and they show you this in movies, man. Money's not going to be worth nothing. Gas is going to be at 10, 15, $20, whatever the case, and you're not going to be able to get around nowhere. Your vehicles are, all hell's about to break loose, man. These are just signs. Okay, when you go into your grocery stores, when you go different places, and there's just no products on the shelf, these are signs. Okay, so that's what's coming. That's what's coming quickly. This is let's see. Let's get this. This is the book of Job 5:20. It says, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Okay, and ultimately, the elect are going to eat. They're going to be protected from war and from the power of the sword. Now, there will be martyrs, but best believe that those that die in Yahushai, okay, they the reward does their works do follow them. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. The Lord's going to put the spirit, okay, for you not to be afraid. That spiritual power is coming, and we believe that. We believe that these bodies are going to be changed. We believe that wholeheartedly, that this is not, our permanent body. This corruption shall inherit incorruption. Okay? We're going to get praise and fame in all the lands that we've been put to shame. Okay, the Israelite thing is really going to be made manifest. The scriptures say the truth shall everyone shall hear the truth, and then the end shall come. Okay, so these prophecies are going to be speaking loud and clear. It says, "At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth." You see, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. You see, no, that's going to be beautiful, man. This is Psalms 37 and 19. It says, "They shall not be ashamed in the evil time." Right? We know that evil means what? A bad time. They shall not be ashamed in the bad time. And in the days of famine, they shall be satisfied. Okay? In the days of famine, they shall be satisfied. So, hey, the Lord's going to be with his elect, man. Lord willing, we be those, we be those men, okay, those believers. Let's get Psalms 33 and 19, and I'm gonna end it out. It says, "Behold, the eye of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai is upon them that fear Him." Okay, you have to fear. Okay, that's been coming out too. The Apostle Gabar has been speaking about fear, man. That's being wise is when you fear the Most High. You fear what can happen to you, so therefore you move with wisdom. Discipline. You got to be strict. It says, "But behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear Him, upon them that hope in His mercy, to deliver their soul from death, and to keep them alive in famine." Okay, the Lord's going to deliver, the righteous from death. Okay, even in death, you're not really dead. You're really just asleep. Okay, the Lord can resurrect. Okay, the spirit, or the spirit never dies, I should say. Okay, it says, "Our soul waiteth for Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. He is our help and our shield." You see, the Lord is your help. He's your shield. "For our heart shall rejoice in Him, because we have trusted in His holy name." You see, we rejoice in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. It's strange to others, but to us, it's become, it's become our tower to run into. "Let Thy mercy, O Yahweh, be upon us, according as we hope in Thee." Okay, so I just wanted to bring this out. Lord willing, it was edifying. A lot of products when you look at it.